I'm back again. I didn't realize the recording stopped, and I'm really sorry this time because you missed a pretty exciting way to get to the final table. Knocked out a guy with jacks. I had kings. He hit a flush draw on the turn, but missed it on the river, and now we're down to the final table, and I am the chip leader, so pretty cool. If I can take this down, I'll have a very good day here. If I don't, it might still be a decent day. Down to 9. I'll bring out the pairs right here. This is the other tournament I'm still in. Yeah, hopefully I can figure out this whole 15-minute limit thing pretty soon, and I can just do much longer videos. That would be much nicer, I'm sure. So, let's see. Here's the payouts at the bottom here. See, we are at 9 players left, so only 187 for 9th. Not that special. Really, how Lock does their tournaments, it's kind of unfortunate. It's good in some ways, and it's bad in other ways. I really kind of don't like how they do it because it makes your variance a lot higher. But the prices go up really slowly until you get to the... I mean, the jump from 3rd to 2nd is big, and then it's another big jump from 2nd to 1st. So you really got to play for 1st in these tournaments. I mean, you play for 2nd, you are, you know... or, I mean, if you play for the ladder and you get 5th, you don't make that much money. It's really hard to make a profit in the long run if you're getting through 312 players and you're, you know, making 1,000 times or 1,000% return. It doesn't. It's too difficult to win money doing it like that. So you gotta play for that 1st place. So I can't just... Actually, I guess I can just leave that up there. Unless it gets distracting for me, I'll just leave it up for you guys and maybe for myself. I'd be bringing it up all the time anyways. Okay. This is an example of gotten to play, you need to play for 1st. Now his betting range is pretty... I have it on the wrong stats again. Let's see. This is a kind of scary bet for him, though. And a continuation bet is also very scary because of the ace. So, if he comes back at me, I kind of know he has something. Because this is a scary situation for him. If he comes back at me, he has a hand. So, I was not expecting a call, but I take that as him having a hand, because the only hand I beat here is hearts. And what hearts does he have other than king, queen of hearts? So, I definitely take him as having some sort of ace. And if he bluffs me out of this pot, it's a really good bluff. But I really definitely think he has it there. I mean, I don't see what in his range, you know, he can play back at me because of how I play the hand. I think ace king was very possible. I think ace queen was very possible, and maybe ace jack were the most likely hands. And I think that's pretty much about all I had. Only other hand, maybe. Let me look at this again. Only other hands, 6s or 7s or queens. No, not queens. He would have gone over the top pre-flop. I'm almost certain with queens. 6s or 7s are possible. Other than that, I think it's ace king, ace queen, ace jack. I don't see him doing that with anything else. And those hands all make sense too. It's not like I don't know what he had at all. I feel like he probably would have played. I mean, he probably doesn't want to just ship it with ace king there all that badly. I mean, I definitely think he could have with ace king. That's why I think ace queen's probably a little bit more likely, actually. Even though that gave him 2 pair. Maybe even ace jack. Do I think I could have gotten him off of a hand like that? Probably not, and it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to try. As much as I need to play for 1st, you still are playing the ladder, whether you want to or not. So I really would not like to get 8th right now. And even on top of that, I'm sure I can find a better spot to get my money, and then right there, so I played that hand so strong that I felt like I was able to define my hand really well. Meaning when he played back at me and called me, I could define where he's at really well. So it's unfortunate, but you know, I'm still in 4th place. I'm still fine. You know, this guy's the chip leader now, and you know, I'm right where these guys are, so I'm right in where I want to be to try to take this thing down. Well, not exactly where I want to be, but real close. And I'm rooting for people to get knocked out. I might as well move up the ladder. I'm going to have to accumulate all the chips from someone eventually, so I might as well be the same guy. I'm not too worried about someone running away with a chip lead. Definitely nice to take this thing down. That would definitely help my bankroll a little bit, and just be a nice cash to take down on a Sunday. I haven't had a good Sunday for a while, so definitely be nice. I'm still playing this tournament over here, so I do have to pay attention to it, even though it's not nearly as exciting as the final table here. So it'd actually be, I believe, 4th or 5th biggest tournament I've ever won. Let me actually check that out. Not the flop I wanted over here. A lot of times I would just shove when I have this many chips and this much behind. That just hits his wheelhouse so hard. I don't really mess around here. Oof, checked it back. Makes me want to just ship it. I do have the gut shot. I feel like I can give him a lot of hands that actually have me beat, like smaller pairs. So my biggest cash of all time is 13 grand. My second biggest cash of all time is only 3 grand. Third biggest is 2,900, and so if I won this tournament, it'd be my 4th biggest cash of all time, which would be pretty nice. Here, I kind of really just want to shove if it folds to me. This is kind of a sketchy play, but I really only have like not that many big blinds. I don't think he's calling very light. I'm trying to get this big blind out of there. I really just don't want him to wake up with something. That's what would have been sick about that play, is him waking up with something. If he wakes up with something, it sucks. But it's like, okay, you know, I lose 30, or I get 35k bad. I guess it'd be 40k, but it's just really bad if he wakes up with, you know, 10s. Well, he'd probably call it 10s. Probably wouldn't like it, but I mean, I'd probably get him to full 6s and 7s and maybe even 8s there. Not doing that same move here with this hand, definitely not. But I just like that play because he can't call with all that much. Even hands like ace 8, ace 7, he probably needs to fold, you know, getting a lot of fold equity and trying to kind of isolate him in, you know, not a great spot. We'll get the fold equity with this guy, and if he does call, I'm in a coin flip most likely for a decent sized pot. Changing my standard raise a little bit because I feel like you can kind of get away with it this late in the tournament. A lot of people straight their standard raise. If someone goes to the top, I'm going with it. Again, I'm playing to win. I'm not playing for second place. So I'm willing to put all my chips in with this pot, with this hand, but pre-flop. I don't want to, But I'm definitely willing to. And I also just don't really have the blinds to just fold away that hand. Man, the other table's messing me up by freaking out. If I want to raise the wrong amount, that would be bad. Adding one more 0 in there could really change what I'm doing. Again, this time I'm folding to a 3-bet or a shove. Well, depends on the size of the 3-bet, but I'm folding the shove. Really not like to get shoved on. And there's the 3-bet. And that's too big for me to call. I really think it is. I feel like there's a lot of hands that I wouldn't mind going up against, but it's a good bet by him, honestly. I really think it is. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but, you know, I think I broke about even in those last 2 pots. I might have, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half. I basically broke even in those 2 pots, so it's okay. Now this is an interesting spot. If this guy just decides to shove on me, I probably need to call him. He's probably doing it really wide, but I would have to make that decision. We're still at 8, so we're still at... See, if I get knocked out now, it's only $234, which isn't very much money at all. Oh, I don't know how I just did that, but I guess I'll leave it like that. So it's really disappointing to get a place like 8th that just, or 9th, which is, you know, 187 or 10th, 140. I just hate those spots. They just, you make it so far and you get so little back. You can't win money by getting 10th in poker tournaments or 9th in poker tournaments. You just can't make money doing that. Big pot here. This is a big spot for him. He's probably got something pretty good. He's taking this long. I mean, bad call here is a big mistake. This guy might be exploiting that. Really good players are able to exploit that kind of thing, you know. Really good players are so comfortable at these final tables that they exploit that to an extreme degree, and they make a lot of money because of that. Wow, he pulled an 8K there? Wow, I don't know about that.